What is going on? It's Ron from the Handy Tradesman Services and Solutions. I'm sorry I'm out of breath. But yeah. Made a huge mistake, but it was a great lesson. Now, I have some notes here, so if I look down, it's because I'm looking at my notes. But I just want to be transparent with this video about how I messed up on this ADU job I was working on. It was ADU I was working on, and I think I bit off more than I could chew. I'll admit that. I gotta take accountability for this, and I'll say this was probably 80% my fault. The other percentage goes to the weather, the property management, and other unforeseen things. So let's get into it. So I'll put the card up here. I made a video about me taking on somebody else's job that they made. They made an ADU, I guess. But after getting into it, I found out the story about this. So I was property management I'm working with for a while, and they're all right. They're all right. I can tell they're on the cheap side, always trying to haggle you, and they're one of those people that, oh yeah, we'll give you a lot of work if you give us a good price. I'm like, oh, you're one of them, right? So anyways, took on the job, and I was gonna finish the whole thing. Just how when I started on it just looked like a shed. They just had plywood or OSB on the roof, on the walls, and inside they actually did do the drywall, but they put like some thin plywood for the ceiling. It was probably like a 1/4 inch thick, maybe even less than that. So anyways, I took on the job, and I was going to do the roof first. And then the property manager stopped me on that. And he was like, let me get this other guy to look at it. And the other guy was like, hey, look, the pitch is not enough to do shingles, so we got to do torch down. Okay, cool. I don't know how to do torch down. You can do it. Now, this is where one of the problems come up, because I was spending all this time looking at the condition of the roof. I had cut, and it's right underneath a tree that's coming from the neighbor's yard. So I cut a lot of the branches off so I could like have a clear view on what to do. And I started doing the fascia of it, because even though they put the roof on, there were still openings in the rafters. And so I was like, okay, let me put the 2x4 right there for the fascia, and then let me close it up. But then I got called off the job. So I was like, okay, that was time wasted. Or I was like, okay, not time wasted, but I could start on the other stuff. So then I was like, let me start on the inside. Let me start the electrical. So with this right here, what they were doing is that, so again, let me just jump forward. After expecting and working on this ADU, I found out the story with it. So I think it was actually originally going to be a shed. And then I found out from the neighbor, just like yesterday, and let me put in there that I started on this back in December or the beginning of January. It's been a while, and it's now March 11th, I think. The neighbor told me that it was a shed at first, but then they moved the family in there, so then they started putting drywall in there, and the ceiling, and the AC in there. So I believe it started as a shed. The reason why I also say that is because the outlets are 4 feet high, almost like what a garage or a shed would be. If it was a room, I think they're only supposed to be maybe 12 inches to 18 inches high. I believe that's standard. So they're all 4 feet high. And yeah, they also, I didn't even realize this, the windows, I was kind of wondering why the windows were hard to open. Because I found out the windows, they're actually made to be vertical, but they laid it down horizontal. Now, if you know windows that go up and down, they have springs on it, like channels. And so it's easy to lift up, and then you kind of have to force it down. But when it's on the side, it's actually hard to open and hard to close. Or actually, no, it's actually easy to open, but hard to close. So there was that problem came across, and he wanted me to fix that. I'm like, well, dude, okay, I don't think I can fix it. Like, I don't know how to fix it, and I'm already worrying about other stuff. I'm like, there's something else I have to fix. Okay, but let me just get into it. Long story short, I overwhelmed myself. I put too much weight. I put too much on my shoulders. I bit off more than I could chew, and this job, I probably should have told, if I could go back, I would tell him, hey, look, I don't like to go after people. I would rather just start over, like tear this all down, because I knew from the beginning this thing was at an angle, it wasn't squared, and I just ignored all that. I think it was because I just want to try to get the job. And so that's what I would do differently. I'll tell him, like, hey, look, if I'm going to do this, I'm starting over. Second thing I didn't do right was I didn't take a deposit. I don't know why I didn't take the deposit. It must have been because who I'm dealing with, and asking for a deposit I knew would probably been like a hassle. Next thing I should have done was get help early. Now, I knew going into this new year, I was like, I need to get more help. Like, I'm getting to a point where I have a lot of business to where I need another person or even two people. And I actually went on Nextdoor and I put out a post out there and said, hey, I need help. I'm looking to hire a part-time person. You don't have to have transportation, but it's better. You don't have to have experience, but it's better. And I got like 10 people responding, and I met 3 of them so far. And one dude, I think is a for sure thing I would like to put him on. Another guy is like, he's cool, but he doesn't have transportation at the moment. Another guy, he's good for one area. So anyways, I should got help early, work out a deal like, hey, I'll pay you $25 an hour, stuff like that. Because as soon as I got help and we worked on the siding, we knocked that siding out quickly. Probably way faster than I would have done it. But here's the thing with the siding. The reason why the siding took so long is because the property manager couldn't make up his mind. And this is why I say, like, 80% was my fault, another 20% was a number of things, and one of them was the property management. Because I had bought like the siding that goes vertical. And he's like, oh, because he's like, oh yeah, buy the siding, this and that. I was like, okay, cool. This siding cool? He's like, oh no. I was like, dude, like, and you know siding, they all come like in 8x4 sheets. And I'm like, dude, I just got like 6 of these. Not to take them back because you don't like these. Like, okay, tell me which one you want. Tell me which one you want. Show me the UPC or send me the link and I'll get it. But he didn't even know which one. He just knew he didn't want that one. And I was like, okay, so we got the siding that you stack. I think it's like the smart siding. So there was that. Another thing that I went wrong at is I took advantage of this job because he told me that, oh yeah, I know this is gonna take a while, so don't worry about it. I know this is a project, so don't worry about completing it quickly, right? And I ran with that. I admit it, I ran with that. So with that being said, I started taking on other jobs. Because I was like, this is a project. It can wait, right? Just hold off on it. And I shouldn't have done that. I can admit I took advantage of that. And yeah, before I knew it, I'm like, oh shoot, 2 months have passed by. But another thing is that the weather. This is what the other 20% was, like included in the 20%, was that the weather. It was. I don't know if anybody watching this is in California or in the Bay Area, but the weather here has been crazy. Ever since 2025, or this year, I think it's been the coldest as it's ever been. It's 2026 now, but yeah. So 2025, 2026, this has been the coldest it's ever been in like 30, 40 years. And the rain was nonstop over in my area. I'm in the East Bay. And so that put off my work too. So I was like, okay, well, there we go. I got to put this off. It's supposed to rain all this week. Oh, there goes a week. I'm not going there. And that was another factor that played into why it didn't get done in a timely manner. And again, like, I wasn't taking it as a priority. I say, oh, it could wait, held it off. And then just what I'm trying to get better at is when I'm doing like a big project, I have to make a list of things and do those things in order. If I don't do them in order, I'll start to do multiple things at once and not get anything done. So I was like, okay, I got help. Let's do the siding. Let's focus on the siding. So we knocked the siding out. Okay, cool. Now let's move to the inside. Or let's do the painting. Let's finish the painting on the outside. Boom, knocked that out. Then we went to the inside, finished the ceiling, did the baseboard, and then I mopped the floors. And I was like, okay, cool. Got that done. And yeah, you know, the property manager called me and he was just kind of like just grilling me. And I couldn't say nothing. He was absolutely right. Like, there's some things he didn't say that was untrue. Like, oh, you weren't upfront with me. You said you could finish the job. I was like, well, I can finish the job, but I'll admit that it's taking longer than I said it would, or like I thought it would. I'll admit that. And yeah, I didn't put this as a priority. But he was saying some other things. I can't remember everything he was saying. He was saying something like I wasn't upfront about some other stuff. And I was just like, no, that's not true. I was upfront with everything. It's just things happen to come up and waiting for you to respond. And I'm trying to do a phone sale at Home Depot and you're not available and I'm low on funds and I can't really put it on my credit cards and stuff like that. That also played a part in it too. But you know, coming from a property manager, that probably sounds like excuses, which I can understand. So I didn't really say much. I just let him grill me. I was like, yeah, I apologize, man. It won't happen again. This is a lesson learned to me. And, thank you for your patience. And that's all I can say, man. Like, I finished it today. I was supposed to finish it yesterday, but I sent him a picture. He's like, oh, I see an uneven joint. Butt joint in the ceiling, and I didn't see it when I was taking a picture, or when I was actually doing it. And I looked, I was like, oh shoot, there is. And me, I hate drywall. I drywall, painting, and plumbing is like the three trades I hate. But I'm good at them. I'm okay with them. I'm starting to learn more as I go. And this was a good time for drywall where I was like, okay, I gotta make this even. And that's when I learned the importance of having like, what's it called? Taping knife, I guess it's called. Like the different sizes and how there's like the 8-inch and 9-inch and 12-inch. And that's why I learned like, okay, these all have a purpose. I thought I could do everything with just like a 4-inch, 6-inch, but no, like the 8-inch, and these are all important, and it makes the job way easier, makes everything smoother. And I'll never buy a plastic one again. I'm gonna buy all those metal ones. So even though I'm disappointed in myself and I could have done better and I should have been more upfront, this was actually a great learning experience on building an ADU. I could do a shed. I built my shed before, and haven't had a leak at all. And it has shingles down there, shingles on the roof. Haven't had a leak in that thing, and it just has OSB on there. I don't have siding on it. Built the door and everything. We built a chicken coop. But now building an ADU and putting drywall up, and that's the thing I would change too. So he's like, oh yeah, it has to be insulated. He's like, make sure it's insulated. That's all right. So sure enough, I pulled one of the sheets off in the inside, and there's no insulation in there. So he's like, oh, just pull the plywood off or the OSB off on the outside and just put the insulation there. I was like, okay. But then I was like, that sounds like my brother kind of told me, he's like, yeah, that sounds like a lot of work. Like, you have to find all the nails and pull it off and hope like you can still use the OSB. He said, why don't you just take the drywall off? Just because they're all laying down horizontal. So just cut the top part off and then stuff it in there. I was like, oh, okay. But I learned that was just as hard. And if I could go back, I would do the plywood instead. Because you got to find the screws of all the drywall. You have to take them all off. Hope you don't damage the drywall. You have to put it back, and then you have to seam it and all that stuff. Joint compound. I was like, yeah, the OSB on the exterior would have been faster, and I could have just bought the sheets are what, like $14-16. If I damaged them, I could have just bought them again. It would have been a way faster. It would save me a lot of time. But yeah, again, I've learned a lot doing this job. I can only hope like the property manager will continue to work with me. We had a talk and we're like, yeah, let's just get past this. Let's move along. We know not to do now, and I was like, yeah, I know what to do, no, not what to do. So, and yeah, I just got to do better. This year starting off has been challenging. It's been challenging, but I think in a good way. It just prepares me for what's to come later on in the future. And like I said, I'm expanding my business. I'm looking to, well, I got somebody in mind. I want to look at more people to see if they're a good fit. I plan on starting I'm almost done, making my cleaning business up and running. I just got to do the logo and that's it. And yeah, that's it. I just want to make this video about how this year is going and what I learned on this last project. But I'm done with it. I'm glad. I'm about to go to the bar and celebrate and move on to the next project.